And folks, it's 8:42 a.m. on the 19th day, first month, 2023. I'm looking here at just some of the current radar I have of Australia here, and I was picking up a pattern. When I zoomed back, I picked up on it big time of the way all the thunderstorms seem to be growing large at the same time, and then weakening and pulsing. They're reacting to a pulsation, which I found to be rather interesting. Why is this not running? Hasn't been behaving this morning. Let me move my screen. Sometimes it blocks the modem. There we go. Anything in the way, get out of the way. Right, let's trade again. So you had a lot of action going on, especially up in this area here. And this line here, moving across Western Australia, is rather dangerous. So we'll be watching this path of these storms here. But the weather plan has something very interesting going on for the bite. And it's going to have a big effect on New South Wales. Because it forming is going to hold stuff into you in a way that you won't expect. And what will I be doing? I'll be watching this closely. Very, very closely. And we got a few directions of flow here going on. Watch. So we can get this to do a little bit more actiony. Hello, Balko. Lajamano, Wave Hill, Warman. I'm getting all warmed up now. Fitzroy Crossing. This way that just rolls out. Fitzroy's Crossing. Who is Fitzroy? How did Fitzroy Crossing get its name? And we're going to find out something today together. How did Fitzroy Crossing get its name? Said it was shown on maps in 1903. The name is descriptive, as it is located at a crossing on the Fitzroy River. The Fitzroy River is one of the longest rivers in Australia, with a catchment of 90,000 square kilometers. And I guess that could be very accurately measured this week. And now we know something. I'm also going to show you a fact check, because something I thought had given me great joy. Right, this video here in particular, this has been altered. Right. Come on, let's hear it. And we've all been waiting to hear these words.
And so today I'm announcing that I will not be seeking re-election.
Right, but this is an altered video. This has been fact checked away, and I checked it. It's really the verdict of this guy's trial. So there you go. That's what that is. So yeah, I got done for it. So what's your P's and Q's? And there's a correction, so we all know. Okay. You're not expecting me to be live now. Good. I got up and just went quiet. I'm a man on a mission today. I got to remove some hair from my head for sure, and present myself to the workforce. Guess this is, as he's linking up, these some dangerous cell. Look at the microwave here off a broom, putting on a half beam like that. So maybe we could catch that as well. Maybe we can catch that while the other one's blasting. Yeah, it's beaming this direction. You even see the little pulses there. The other station south of there is really blasting. You see its beam? It was coming out in the other picture. Much better. Yeah, nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Bzz. Oh my, look at that, huh? Full blast. Full blast from Headland. Headland is frying. Getting fried, getting fried. Nothing to see here. And an underbeam. So you have one in a pulse going in a wedge, and a big full blast going over the top. They are so guilty. Have they hidden it from here? What we got? Come on, what we got going on? We have to watch. We have to see this. Yeah, they had hidden it from this one. So that the information from here is totally turned off. But it's clearly showing it's active. It's an active radar. Clearly showing it by the Bureau of Morons over here. We got a full circle beam, and you got a small one here. Maybe got a truck or something, or another device. That's a blast. Bzzz, getting fried, Western Australia style. Welcome to Chembomination of it all, folks, and you're being fried. Used to throw the shrimp on the Barbie, now we're throwing sheep in the microwave. What a shame. That station's on, Bzzz, frying away, they're frying away, and chem bombs come your way. They're eyeballing your house as their destination, and then they chem bombed it away, and boy did they chem bomb it away today. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm looking off the coast of Sydney here, where 5 o'clock Charlie decided to say, hey, I want to hang out here longer and just keep nucleating chem bombs until this big wake comes out here that is not a gravity wave. These are chem bombs, are fueling this, explosions. A percussion wave, a concussion wave. That's a concussion wave. Percussion wave, excuse me. Concussion. It's giving me a concussion coverness all the time. Look at the loopy with little bomb dots right in his pad. Little bomb dots right here. Bomb dots. Bomb dot. Bomb dot again. There's a bomb dot. There's a bomb dot. And it does stuff. It makes clouds. The continuing explosions forcing this cloud storm front outward. And it's been done with chem bombs. Something over here is a dot. There's a dot. Everywhere a dot. You're not supposed to be dropping micro dots, man. And especially nanoparticles that are really micro. Look at that, the pretzel. This is chem bombs, man. The whole Chembomination of Chemstralia has begun and never stopped. Look at this here. Look like a slice of pizza. A slice of pizza. Did you want pepperoni on that or some extra aluminum? Have a little lithium. That'll make you dumb down. That'll give you sun sensitivity and burns. Oh my. Bam, 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 bomb. Look at that crap. 1, 2, 3, 4 bombs there. All of them pointing toward a center nucleation point. Almost looks like the hazard symbol. Hazardous skies. Watch them go by. What a fucking shame. Hello, I'm tired of that advert. I wish it would stop doing that. But if wishes were horses, we'd all have the winning lottery ticket. In a ride that didn't depend upon electricity or petrol. It ate grass and decided it rose and oats and beautiful things. And it took love from you, and you could pet it. I love it. I call it your friend. You could walk 15 minutes or else. There's a big 3 in the sky, or is that the continuation of the never-ending loopy chem bomb? The magic 8-ball says if we don't stop this shit, we are fucked. Are we? Is it fuckery? Yes, it's fuckery. Fuckery all off the coast. The pictures you guys sent me over from off the coast of Brisbane, even from this morning, were horrendous. But I can only pick up the bombs that I could see out on the world view out here. And some of the dramatic pictures was actually of a square formation, which you could see here, with a big long line of chem and bombinations all around here, from a nucleation point. So some of your captures you showed me were chem bombs. You just wouldn't be able to tell from over here at Tweeds or Byron or down here at Ballina. This picture of this mass of clouds could really well be taken from here to here. You'd see this. It's up in the air. It's over your heads. It's in the sky. If you've seen this formation out here today, I want to know where you were. Yeah, very curious. Usually 250 miles is valuable for an upper deck cloud to be seen on the very, very high deck. Not unusual. And we figured that one out by watching a chemtrail come over England. And it went right from the north all the way up to Scotland. And we watched it go over. And everybody says, yeah, I see it, and took pictures of it. That's how we've determined that. And that can be determined really good out here when you spot a chemtrail going by. Guys, network with each other. Go out and see if you can see this yet. Here he comes. They're flying up and over. You know, you can do this, and you'll see how high up clouds can be seen from farther distance than a low down cloud. And that's the lowdown on that. And Catherine, you got fried, and chem bomb skies over this damn indigenous protected area. The warden man, he's delousing you again. The captain is cooking you. Captain Chem Bomb. Welcome to Air Chemstralia. Quantus that, or quantum that. And there's brome where they're frying now. They had lots of stuff in the atmosphere to propagate waveforms, things that wouldn't naturally be there, because, you know, clouds don't usually do this puffins and bombers and dottins like this, and curlins and swirlins. Right? These are chem bombs adding chemical catalysts to the sky. This one must be in honor of Klaus Schwab. The question mark is here. is without question a terrible, dirty, polluting, nasty, killing, sidal program. This is suicide because our sky looks like a garbage pit. An absolute garbage pit. See it? See the Maltese caress with the that? See it? See the chem bomb going off, making another nucleation here, forcing circulations. Forcing from a center point of deployment, stratocruiser. And these things could be descending through the atmosphere, deploying at various levels of the atmosphere. You know, an altimeter could be triggering the deployment. Right? That's just gold old tech. Using old parts off the shelves before we do. That's a chem bomb deployment, but you'd never see that if you was over here. You would just see clouds out to sea. You wouldn't see it at the top deck if all these clouds have these type formations in them that I show very plainly every day on NASA Worldview. And I'll go over there and have a look. But it only shows the last 4 hours. I need a drink. Yeah, chem bomb skies. Watch those planes fly. Those planes ain't usually doing the chem bombs unless they're private hire. The other ones have additives in the fuels and stuff and things that can be put through a nozzle into the exhaust. I've seen the nozzles and never fully been convinced by a mechanic that they know exactly where and what happened to the inside the wing strut vent hose after it gets retrofitted and then it's handed to a different department. And I'm aware of that. But unfortunately, that data is on a hard drive in Australia. It has all the plans for the plane I was on. That's right. I'm open-minded enough to talk with pilots and mechanics on the ground and stuff, because they're going to be the one that notices the one thing. But we found in the past that any kind of ground or cabin crew that has worked with any of us activists has soon been threatened away from a job. And if they have family, you stop hearing from them quick. Look at that chem bomb right here. It looks like a peen. It's got testicles on it. The flying dicks are booming and pluming. This explosion actually has a wave coming out from it. Like I said, shaped churches. Shaped fireworks. They make letters and all sorts in the skies these days. It really has come a long way. I love watching fireworks shows. It shows me what to look for in the chem bombs. See the dots right there in the formation? Right here near my arrow? The cursor. That's why I swear all the time, because I'm looking at a cursor. Now, I'm reining this in pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4 bombs there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bombs there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bombs there. How many more bombs do you need to see before you realize, hey, think we're being chemically attacked? Isn't that against the United Nations? All the treaties of chemical weapons is to deploy harmful things in the sky that if even one person might have an allergic reaction to it, shouldn't be done by this SS that's going on here. These shit spewers. Looks like a television. Stare at me. We'll tell you what to think. If you expect to hear about this on the news in an honest way, you won't, because they don't even get the forecast right. Because they're afraid to talk about this, or they sign non-disclosures, and pretty soon you're going to have CGI delivering the news, because the stuff's going to be so bad that only a computer will be able to say it have a conscience. Those CGIs I've seen doing sportscasts and stuff have come a long way. First time I seen it, I went, oh my, what could possibly go wrong with this? And as I go out over the reef here, you can see some of the current bombings going on that's leading to some of the daytime storms you guys had. Watch. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna run this with the waveform going through. It's like watching a drum roll. See it go over the top of the waveform? It's very light. And it went right on over the top, and it had a predictable reaction. With this came at it vaporized all the small moisture and left just the heavy particulates. So where did that moisture go? The chemicals went into the droplets, right? So you don't see them anymore. They're not going to making a cloud. They're moved along. They separate them. They got a particle separation. And they could do that with ultrasound, infrasounds, and various other methods. Even this explosion right here. Boom! Look. Watch this explosion here. See the bomb right there? All right, there's the bomb. happening. It's happening. No, I'm not going to blow your headphones off. Right there. Bomb. Now what happens? Another one's deployed. Now, up in time. Bomb. Bombs. Bomb. 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 It's coming. It's coming. There's the nucleation point of the bombs. 5 of them. And then another one, and we got one racing. It's racing different direction streamers. We got the percussion wave. It came out. There it is, the percussion wave. See, you got an arc moved in from that direction. These all pinched in, right? It's like almost, that's very well timed, these shaped charges, to push this out. These are explosions. This is a controlled demolition in the sky. And they're demolishing your future. They're swallowing the streams, and they're killing the dreams. What a fucking shame. This whole storm, this one cell here, has been man-made by chem bombs. All of it would not have happened. Things could dry out up there. People can get their transport going, and all that. Pontoon, whatever you need to do your corrections, man. Those people need their supplies. It's mighty edgy, isn't it? Mighty edgy looking. Get the edges. Then to see here, just chem bombs. I went down here to the south, and it wasn't the most pleasant sight out here. Now, this is very low-level deployments here I'm about to show you here. Sorry, Tazzy, I want the zoom on this, because this area is important in this forecast. There's a bomb here. See the shape? Right here, on the outskirts of Melbourne. Melbourne's right here. I'm telling you, that's not all electromagnetic frequency you're seeing up there. Now, there's a low deck of bombs, and this is higher than that. I can determine that by what just went over the top. As the two mixed. Whereas you got lakes or something down here. That is a bad bomb there. That just went off about 40 minutes ago, 50 minutes ago, roughly. Somebody might even have a shot at that in the sunsets. So I'll go look at some of the cameras here as well. Okay, Tasmaniacs. Here you go. Your bomb deployments were no better. But you got such whited out conditions that it's more difficult to pick up. I pick it up. Here you go. See, right in here you'll catch it. Here's one. I'm going backwards, so I should be able to zoom this better. See the bombs? Right here. Tazzy. Controlling the weather and the dynamics over that part that increases the flow. They're keeping this bottled up right now, so nothing can come through. Let's let this load. And while it does, I'll have a sip of my drink. See the waveform passing through the top deck? Bzzzt, bzzzt, bzzzt. Rumbling it along, man, and keeping this thing in a very high pressure so that things don't come through it, and it forces it up into Melbourne. Things just riding straight up and in little vortices, and straight up and around vortices, and these vortices are kicking some colder air, which is going under these microwave-induced bomb plasma clouds that have this streaming across. So the lightning potential from these storms is very, very high. Very, very high. As I'm looking at this bomb here, bomb, bada bomb, 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 boom, 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 went that boom, and boom, it did it again. It did it again with the streamers coming off it. See right there? Right at that bottom. Dot streamers. To other dots. Alright, that's fireworks. Yeah. Oh my, would you look at this stuff going across the country now? Streaming over Sedona. Tendrilize in the air. In Australia, where they might want to have the windows open at night. Breathe their derriere. This is not a vitamin. If this was healthy, we'd all be really healthy by now. We'd be so healthy. The only thing we even have trouble taking healthy shit in the mornings these days with all the additives in the food and the stress of all this. Knowing this is happening to people and you're trying to save their lives and they get mad at you when you point it out is a very difficult thing. But par for the course. That's the chem bomb sickness mix. Streams into Victoria, tenderly in the air. Heavy microwaves over here at the right here at the border. Northern Territory says, fuck this shit, man. I'm holding you off. You ain't coming in over here. That's a curve almost. So they made a dip and bring it up. And that's going on right now. So tonight you can expect your cloudless skies to go the fuck away. Because the dots are out there, man. And they're bombing and a pluming. Pluming and a bombing. Chemstralia is your name. Welcome to Chemstralia, where the kangaroo keeps chemtrails in his pouch, and the koala bear drops down a chem bomb. The drop chem bomb bear is come to town. It's come to town. When you're swimming in places now, the crocs around. Look at that bomb right there. Boom, with all this going on. I'm on top. Come on, right there on the top deck. Can you get anything more obvious? Mr. Krabs. It look like a big tick, man. It don't look healthy. That's like that thing that attached to your face in that movie Aliens. No, that's a chem bomb in your sky. See? To the starfish formation. Perfect 10 dismount. All these bombs going off. These are chem bombs, folks. It's right in front of your eyes. Watch fireworks shows. I've done a comparison video on that. Or you could see them flying through stuff that looks exactly like this after the shells explode. And you'll see it plain as day and how the plume goes up in the air. Fireworks by drone. Well, watch this. And this guy's channel is GoPro. Subscribe, give him a like. You got to see this. Yeah, I'm going to give you skipping ads. Great. Look at this. He drives through the mix. They're flying a drone through the mix. But you'll see the clouds that are left behind. The trails that are left. So let's play this along. One of them was quite dramatic. You see these smoke plumes like this? With these rings and stuff like that. Those are like those things with the dots. Like that. They call those dots are called stars. Right? If I want to call them by their correct term. And you see this plume? That's like a mini mushroom cloud and it's rising up. This is what I say. It look like fireworks. It's very specific type deployments. It's very geometric. It's because it's a controlled explosion. You have to know where things are going to win a fireworks show. Yours has to be very specific. Star formations and things like that can easily be done with a center deployment point. Center deployment point. Streamers off. 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 Center deployment point. Streamering off. Center deployment point. Streamering off. Now you see where I get this comparison where my eyes say, I'm seeing something here. I'm seeing these geometric. I'm seeing the streaming off. I'm watching a fireworks show in my sky. And it's just decided to have a fireworks grand finale again over the top of this poor affected area from the flooding. This poor affected area was chem-bombed. Our oppressors, as I call them, who are doing this to us, trying to oppress us into their policies, into their wantings that are aimed far away from our wantings. Though they try to package it in a good-looking gift wrap, you cannot wrap it turd without me smelling it in the box. The box don't rattle the same. Squishy, tushy skies here. Look, these are chem bombs deploying over you poor folks. That's absolutely horrendous. I'm going to go through now and run your rain and thunder and imminent rumbler for the next. That's way ahead of you right there. Okay, there you go. If you'd like to support my work, you may do so at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. And I have a Wish link. People asked me to get this thing called Wish. You got it a long time ago, and I will provide a link for that as well for people reluctant to use PayPal. You see, it's going this side. I was worried about this. The farther this goes west of Vanuatu, the worse this is for us. Oh, man, that ain't good. And it stalls. Is this staller? Oh, the suspense. And did you see the wave of storms just spring up all through here with that big pulse that was going on? Right over here, that boom, boom, boom. Yeah, 36 hours from now is definitely having an impact. The whole weather plan of it all. Who the heck gave them the right to plan the weather? And my birthday's coming. What have they decided for that day for me? It's Groundhog Day. That's the day I make my prognostication. And I do my prognosis for the year. Do I see my shadow or not? It's not very scientific. I walk outside and I look at the ground. And it's a very specific. It's pretty accurate, actually. And as we get into Sunday the 22nd, like I warned you last week, here you go. Right over New South Wales, right on time, right on the weather plan. Here comes some water. That means they've let something through here, this flow, that's going to allow this low to strengthen as it comes across. It's going to allow it. It's being allowed. And the allowance is big. And you'll have pop-ups all week as she camps out. Then that low fucks off and the rest comes in. You have such a raininess is coming that your totals over the next 10 days are looking rather serious. Rather serious. Some are saying you get a system off the shore. They ain't brought in. Some say it's already in by then. So that's telling me they're bringing something here and they're making something. They can't decide which day it's going to come ashore. And when it does, she's packing a wallop and it's going to come quick. Your totals on the 10s in some of these mountain regions and in the trough are getting well over 10 centimeters. Well over. Here you go, Jeffrey Higgins. You can put that down in writing for your page. Etched it in stone. But you know, the word surf's up comes to mind. In 5. Oh, man. This is very imminent. Yeah, that's that one I warned you about. Ashore. And they can't decide how much of this you're going to get. No, that sucks. Because that's a lot sitting there. That's one EMF pulse, and the whole sock is pointed your way. In pulses, too. That bumps that, that bumps that, that bumps that. That bit of crowd rushes into the stage wall. You know, that kind of a move. This is just like looking at a floor pit forming. These people rushed. Artist comes to edge of the stage. These people nudge a bit more because they can't see. The front row don't move. They got a great view. Then everybody back here somehow thinks they're going to get a better view 2 feet in front of them. And everybody took a step. Boy, does it fucking move storms along. Boom, boom. That whole tendril could just boom, 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 boom. Peristalsis, that shit, just like a digester, a great big old esophagus to the colon, and out comes the shit weather. I'm sure you can find different way. Peristalsis. I always like that word. Peristalist. On your wristalist. Yeah, I always had a way to get sent to the office. But to me, it's just punny. It's clever humor. It's just clever humor ain't allowed this day because we're too fucking honest. Yeah. Do 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 do. If you don't believe me now, your belongings gonna be floating toward the sea. Boo, 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 oh baby, chem bombs blow. Do, do, look at this shit over my reef. Look what they've done to their home, son. Look what they've done, they stole their son. And then the stuff fell out, they said the reef was bleached. But I know it's caused by these chem bombs I see. Woe is me when you're watching TV and you're believing everything that you see on TV. Boom, boom, boom goes the plume, and the chem bombs ruined your fucking reef, man. Look at this shit. What a fucking shame. And they're raining it down. They're putting you in the gulag, gang, and the doon-doo gets the chem bomb blues for sure, man. This river's going to be running. So what road did they take out? Okay, they're taking out the B-48 this time. Yeah, you'll get a lot of slips right across the railroad track. Would be very convenient for them. You know, so they have to have a new line as the tall Bragger River is going to get a bit wider. There's going to be lots of streamers of water down to places that are very particularly got it before. Uh-huh. Because it's all going to run your way. It's coming your way. And when they chem bomb in. And what's along this one very specific route? What do they want here? Oh, yeah, here's a big crossroads. Yeah, that would be the key spot. Take that one. Take this crossing out. You get the railroad's very close. But if I do this one specific spot, you still got that top road. I look at this strategically. If there was a weather war, what would I attack? To take over Australia and control your food supply and all your trade, and making it move to air and drones to deliver, has been proposed by many people. This spot right here is key, is a key logistics point. Yeah, this river here, I can hit it anywhere along there and bring the water to you and make it overflow right here. All you gotta do is cause some kind of accident. Maybe this bank goes over, you're fucked. Maybe this thing fails. Right here, this dike, and you're done. Better make check your shit. What's this? Is that a weir? Boy, that weir's gonna be rolling. We got an altitude drop there. We got some terrain here. Sorry if I'm zooming around. I'm doing a determine here on the Paul Hill Tullamore Road. What do you gotta call that? On the Tullamore. You guys gonna have a cool name for it. Over here on the Minge going wrong road. They get shaved. It must be out in the bush there on the Minge going wrong road. Mingy Road. Mingy Road. Smells like a chem bomb. The settling pool. Oh God, if that thing overflows. I don't like the name of this thing called a settling pool. You get a fracking thing going on out there? Fracking is very bad. Very, very bad. And your filigree forest, man, is copping it really bad. They're destroying the groundwater that you guys have to drink. But, you know, a lot of people think, well, I ain't going to be alive when that happens. Well, wait till you get flames coming out your tap water like my son's was in North Dakota near the fracking. You might have to get some vestments out of your church or move them to higher ground. There's plenty of places if for drains, so block up your back doors and direct it around the church. Unless this is in a bottomland. You guys know. Because you're going to have some vestments. We definitely got a line of moving down 300. So this is moving downhill towards the railroad tracks. So you people here along here are going to have problems. The whole Peak Hill. They look like swampiness. I don't know, man. Why are they doing this to you? We have so many ones over here. Cumcack is going to be fucking spouting. Yep. All the way to all of the Malongs. Again, they got you in the sights. You're in the sights. The geoengineers have a plan. I'm just doing another determining. There's a key junction point right here. Right there. Where a river could run through it. Hunter Park. You should snorkel out. Watch for cracks. Watch for mosquitoes. Watch for all the stuff that's in the muds. You don't know what's been washed out. You might have had a person with all their medicine and their needles and stuff wash out in some of these storms. You never know what something's going to pick up walking around. This is the end of the hill. Looks like there's a lot of hills around there. Well, hill end, man. Not good. That'd be easy to cut this town off. That'd be simple. Catch it here and catch it here. Make sure to get a long walk. Get that creek there. Cut that line right there. And swamp it in here, and you've got a postcard picture of I need help to show Davos. Bunch of devils. I don't like that organization much. A lot of the people don't know how they're being aimed with their thoughts and by incentivizing certain behaviors. We'll give you this new scan machine that'll read the chip on people's hands and you won't have to do paperwork. Oh, don't worry, we won't charge you per transaction for now. Yeah, I'm watching the old Crudvine Creek here. I dubbed DI Crud. You're going to be the wide Crudvine River. Yes, you will. You got it coming. And wherever that runs, you're going to get it. And they're going to get it, and they're going to get it. Katom, we're going to get it. Blacksay gets it. Doom, and you're going to get it when the river runs through it. When it runs right through Penrith and Malunga, through the passes. Which side of the water goes on determines who gets it. right? You get a continental divide going on up here. And it's important to know. Across the great divide, they took the chem bombs, they deployed them wide. Look at this shit coming out over you. This is sickness mix, man. And when you're breathing it up, you're coming down with the sickness. You're breathing it up, you're coming down with the sickness. They're fucking up the earth, down with the sickness. They're fucking up the earth, coming down with the sickness. As the leaves dies, as the trees dies, as your lawns are gone, as the insects dies, and you look around you at a barren landscape. Will you think, oh my God, look what was done by my species? Or will you think, that's not my backyard, and die from NIMBYism as chem bombs explode over your heads? Be safe, be you, be free, be oneness. Big love. Peace.